let's discuss about strings. So strings, in this topic, we will discuss escape sequences, converting numbers to sequence, characters, and substrings, converting numbers to strings, and converting to upper and to lowercase. The string type. In the same way that int and double are designed to store numerical values, the string type is designed to store text. Text for strings must be enclosed in double quotes. Example, string name George. We assign now George to name. It's a string because it's a stream of characters or sequence of characters. String phone number. This is the number. This is not considered. This is not pure number because there's a dash or symbol which make it as a string, plus it's also enclosed in a double quote. That's why it makes or it recognizes as a string. We have here escape sequences. So with escape sequences, these are adding characters in your program that are also used or have a special functions or method in Java. For example, the slash. So we use the slash symbol /n to display now or to move to the next line. So how are you going to add up now another character in a string? Okay, so if you want to put a double quote character in a string, use now slash. So you're going to just add up slash before the character double quote in order for the double quote to appear, because we use double quote to enclose the string in our command. So every time that the compiler will encounter a double quote, it's an open or an ending command to recognize the value as a string. If you want if you want to display the double quote as your display, as part of your display, then you are going to use now the slash symbol. If you want to put a character /character in a string, then use now slash and then slash again. So that makes it as a double slash. If you want to put a new line character in a string, so that's actually n, which is new line, but you will add up the slash symbol to instruct now the computer that you would like to switch to another. You command the compiler to move to the next line. So let's have an example. All right. So here we have our value of A is hello. He said hello, but as you can see here, we make use of the slash and then followed by the double quote. So if we did not put here the slash, what will happen is it will call an error because the compiler will recognize it that the end of your statement happens on this part, the double quote. But you would like to appear it in your display that the double quote is part of the output. So with that, to acknowledge that this is part of your output, then you are going to put now slash symbol. So that makes now the continuation of the string value, and then you're going to put now the hello, and then you're going to put again the slash symbol before you're going to use the double quote to acknowledge that this double quote is an output or part of your string, not as an instruction that you're ending already your string definition. So you have now string B equals this time you're going to display the slash because you're going to display, for example, the address of the location of your file, or it's a file directory example. So with that, you have here, so in order for the slash to display, you have use slash. So you have slash again here and slash again here. So you might see here double slash symbol add up, but once you run this program, it's just a simple instruction that will display now single slash because you're just instructing the compiler that you are just displaying the slash symbol. That's the elimination or the disappearance of the other slash symbol. And for the new line, which is using the command n, you are going to put now slash n to instruct that you are going to jump to the next line, such this one. Right after the first asterisk, it will jump to the next line, and the second asterisk right after that, it will jump to the next line. And then we'll see the output. Alright, so you have C here. Hello. So we see slash symbol, but in our final output, only the double quote left. Or we able to display na the double quote. We able to instruct the computer to display the double quote as not part of the instruction, but rather as part of the display. And then this one here is we also be able to display the slash symbol as part of the output, not as an instruction to do or to perform as a command. An instruction. And here is we able to move to the next line through that new line command by adding of the slash symbol. So characters and substrings. The position of string characters and number starting from 0. So to get the character at position P, use char at. So that's when you get the position of a character. So what's the index of the character? That's the use of the char at. And to get the substring from position S up to and not including position T, use substring ST. Meaning when you use the method substring, S is the starting point and T is the last word to catch. However, it will not include whatever character at the location T. So that's substring. Again, we will repeat with char at, you're going to get the index or the location of the character. And when you say substring, it's a string. It's a substring, another string you form out from the given string, starting from that S location up to T location without including the T, the T character. We have here an example of char at and substring. So first we have char at. When you say first, because we're going to get the first character at a location 0. So A is our string, and we're going to get the index of the character or the index of location. No, we're going to get the character at location 0. So this is location 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. So it will start with 0. So you have what's the location or what's the character at location 0? What's the character at location 4? That means first character of hello world or of the string that you have inputted, and fifth will serve as the character at location 4 because we started at index 0. So that's the meaning of char at 4. And substring is a string that starts at 2. So this is 0, 1, 2. That's L. We will start at L and then counting to 9, not including the character at location 9. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll not include the character R. So in other words, our substring will only be this one. So because we started at location 2. So this is 0, 1, 2. L is our location 2. And R is our location 9 or character at index 9. And we're not going to include now R or the 9th value because that's our limitation of the substring. So let us run the program. There you have what character at location or at index 0, that's H, and what character now at index 4. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, you have O, and H is our first character at index 0. And what is then our substring from character location or character index 2, starting index 2 up to 9, not including the 9th character. So that's LLO, comma, space, HO, which is the one that I have discussed a while ago. So this one is our substring. So that's substring and char at. So that's how you're going to use char at and substring. So A is the value or the variable that will serve as the evaluate the string to be evaluated, or where to perform this method, substring and char at. We have an example of char at again here. So let's say, for example, we're going to display the initial of the of the name inputted. So you have, let's say, I will input now, and you're going to display char initial, name at char at. So initial will be, you're going to display now the initial of the input word, the input word, the input name. Your initial is print s, which, because yeah, it would also be possible that you're going to use print c because it's a character. Alright, so we will try if it will work. Alright, so display now initial. Your initial is J because we just simply get the character at location 0 of the input gene. So if I would input Mary here, so what's the char at location 0 of the word Mary? So if I would input Mary, so what's the character at location or index 0 of the name Mary? Mary is the input from the user and then displayed. There you have now Mary. But we have here UC. C is string, and we also can display it as character. Let's see if it will work. There you have now, I would input Mary and it displays now Mary. So C, which is character, is also the same with S, which is the string format specifier. If you would like to call now one character to display in your result. So if I would display, for example, Rhea, so it will display R as the character at location 0. Converting to upper and lowercase. So when you say uppercase, you're going to capitalize all letters in a string. Lowercase is to all small letter of the alphabet. So to convert a string to uppercase, use the to uppercase method. To convert a string to lowercase, use the to lowercase method. So we will have an converting numbers to strings. So to convert an integer to a string, use the integer.toString method. And to convert a double to a string, use the double.toString method. So we'll try now this time to convert a number to strings and a number to double. Here we declared a variable, or we assigned 25 to our a variable, and our a variable, which is 25, is we're going to convert it into an integer. Into a string, into a string, because a is an integer, and we convert into a string, and then we place it to S1. So integer to string, and then the variable that we would like to convert into a string. And then we also have here a variable named b, and the value of our variable is 8.25. And then we are going to convert now the variable b into a string, which is b is a double. So if it's double, then it follows that the class that you're going to call here is double. So if it's byte, then you're going to call also the byte class, byte.toString. If it's short.toString. So that's how you're going to convert an integer value into a string format. So let us see the result. So we have here S1 as our string, and then %s because it's a string already. We convert it already into a string, and calling now the variable S1, which is the converted variable a, that is an integer format. Okay, so let us have. So there you have S plus 25. Because this time, this is a string, because a is already converted into a string format. And S2 is also a string already, which is from double into a string. So we could no longer perform additional because it's already a string here. So we could add up another string probably because it's already a string. You could add up another string to make it a string, but you could no longer perform other operations or arithmetic operations of S2 because it's no longer an integer. It's no longer a double, or for S1 it's no longer an integer. Alright, so let's say for example, if I would add up here a value plus 12, that will give us a value of 737 for our variable a, which is a string format, which is an integer format, and then we're going to convert it into a string. And for we'll see. You have now 37 is our, we can still perform here, but if we will do some mathematical operations of our S, then that's already, that should be in a string format in order to accept the operation, in order to accept the statement, or else it will call, or it will be acknowledged as error. We have public static void main. We did not call for an input from the user. So our value of S1 here is January has 31 days and is cold. And then we are going to convert now S1 to uppercase. So, and then place it to our new variable S2. But this one will be converted to all uppercase, meaning we're going to make this sentence into all capital letter. And then display the output of our S2. Now, S1 again, that's the value we defined as January has 31 days and is cold. We're going to convert it into small letter, to all small letter, to lowercase, and then display the result as it was displayed on or placed on variable S3. So let us see. There you have. So as you can see, to uppercase, the string variable followed by the method to uppercase will convert now the input, the characters in a sentence, into all capital letter, and to lowercase will now convert the value, the string format, into all small letters. So there you have now the value of S3, which is 2 lowercase letter, meaning it converts now all the input of this value into a small letter, and 2 uppercase now converts the input, the string value, into all capital letters. So that's how you're going to use now 2 uppercase and 2 lowercase letter, and 2 lowercase method.